And a technical foul assessed to Caitlin Clark.
I cannot believe this. Caitlin Clark is getting... The WNBA are suspending Caitlin Clark for nothing. She didn't even say anything. Like, if she was out... If she went and said something, okay, cool. But, like... I've never seen this before.
They called a technical foul on Caitlin Clark, which would have her suspended for next game versus the New York Liberty on this. She got fouled. She got bumped into the red. They think, what is that?
The sports world erupted the moment news broke that the WNBA had officially rescinded Caitlin Clark's controversial 8th technical foul, narrowly preventing a costly one-game suspension. In a season filled with record ratings, packed arenas, and constant scrutiny, every officiating decision carries major weight. But few moments have sparked as much immediate frustration and disbelief as the sequence during the Indiana Fever's hard-fought 90-86 win over the Chicago Sky.
A foul because of reasons? She got a technical foul for not a damn thing, folks. Not a damn thing. Momentum carried her into the ref. She brushed up against the ref. And let me keep it real. I'm going to keep it real. The DEI official, Rhodes said it. You heard me. The DEI official tees up Caitlin Clark. By the way, if the WNBA does not rescind this technical, Caitlin Clark is suspended for the game against the Liberty. The game against New York.
When elite competition meets questionable officiating, the fallout can spread across the sports world, fueling heated debates over fairness, player protection, and the inconsistent application of technical fouls. Sports leagues depend on rules being enforced clearly and consistently, but when a routine baseline play is interpreted as intentional contact with an official, it can quickly create a credibility crisis. Fans, analysts, and players were left questioning how an ordinary basketball collision could become a suspension-worthy offense that threatened to keep Caitlin Clark out of a crucial matchup against the New York Liberty.
And that one is going to put her above the threshold and suspend her for Indiana's game Tuesday against New York.
The controversy began during a frantic third-quarter sequence when the game's intensity appeared to lead to a questionable call from the officiating crew. Caitlin Clark was driving hard along the baseline, trying to keep the play alive while under heavy defensive pressure from Chicago's Natasha Cloud. Contact altered Clark's path, causing her to stumble out of bounds as she tried to regain her balance and track the ball. In the middle of the chaotic moment, Clark made incidental contact with a nearby referee, but the officials stopped play and assessed her a technical foul, giving her the 8th of the season.
To the basket. She's driving to the basket. One dribble. Gets fouled by Tash Cloud. Like leg-to-leg contact. Gets fouled by Cloud. Gets fouled again by Cloud. Then gets kneed by Cloud. And then trips over. And then follows through into the referee. And then walks back. And then gets teed up. She got teed up for tripping and falling into the referee.
Under the strict WNBA rulebook, reaching 8 technical fouls triggers an automatic one-game suspension and financial penalties, meaning that single whistle immediately put Clark's availability for the upcoming high-stakes matchup against the New York Liberty in serious jeopardy. Slow-motion replays appeared to show Clark already off balance after contact from an opponent, making the suggestion of intentional contact difficult for many viewers to accept. The immediate aftermath showed the Indiana Fever's frustration, with head coach Stephanie White challenging the officiating crew's explanation. When crew chief Matt Forsberg and the officials claimed Clark had intentionally moved toward the referee and made contact with a forearm, the explanation only fueled the controversy further.
Fake ref who probably should be collecting trash on Tuesdays and Thursdays or whichever day your trash men pick up your trash from your curb. First of all, if you would have called the first foul or the second foul, because she got bumped twice on that drive, which sent her into the baseline, which forced her to run into you. If you would have called one of the first 2 fouls, she would have never ran into you. She got fouled twice and pushed into you. If you would have called one of the fouls, this wouldn't have been an issue. But because you are so piss poor at your job, you don't call anything. Now you're forced to, now you're talking, oh, she ran into me with her forearm. It was.
Coach White challenged how unreasonable the accusation seemed, pointing out that incidental contact happens regularly in the fast-paced, physical environment of professional basketball, especially when players are moving at full speed to make a play. The frustration eventually boiled over, with White herself receiving a technical foul simply for voicing the concerns many viewers were already expressing.
Yes, but they gave you the tech for bumping the official? Is that what the description that was given to you was? Well, either of you was?
For me. Yeah, she intentionally seeked out the official.
You were backwards to them? Did you even know they were there in that moment?
And through the forearm. That too.
Did you know they were there behind
No.
you? Did they give you a different explanation of any kind?
No, that's what I was told. That's what I was told.
Was your tech for the arguing anything you
My
said?
tech was for saying that's bullshit. Even though I heard the F-bomb the whole fucking game. My tech was for saying that's bullshit. Like that's a bad call. That's a bad call. Incidental contact when you're flying out of control, like on it. And I thought her teammates should have come up and talked to her about that as well. Like I think that's really bad. That shit happens all the time in the game. Officials have to have some awareness in those moments, and it didn't happen.
I presume you plan to appeal that one.
Yeah.
Post-game interviews showed a calm and confident Caitlin Clark, who said she had reviewed the footage and trusted that common sense would prevail once the league office could examine the play without the pressure of the live game. Her composure and confidence that the situation was already being handled behind the scenes suggested that a correction may have been underway before the official decision was announced.
That she was guarding, like she said she was locking me up, so I said scoreboard, and the ref didn't like that. But I mean, it was in the third.
How do you balance that when you know one more is a suspension? And
I mean, like, I'm never going to back down. And, I think it was the same thing with the way Kelsey was in the first half, too. Like, she got one in the eye. Like, she's never going to back down from a moment. And I think just, like, continue to try to control your emotions the best you can. And that intensity and that fire is what makes me me. But also, like, knowing my team needs me and finding a good balance of that. But, I don't think, like, I'm going to be playing, like, with that in the back of my head. I think that might hinder my play a little bit. So I think just continue to be myself and then just try to refocus to, focusing on my team.
The WNBA's rapid reversal, announced less than 2 hours after the final buzzer, brought a huge wave of relief to fans and marked a major victory for common sense. Had the league allowed the questionable call to stand, it could have set a dangerous precedent by penalizing a superstar for what appeared to be a routine basketball collision. The decision kept one of the league's biggest stars available for a crucial matchup against a direct competitor. Even though the immediate crisis was avoided, the incident sparked a broader conversation about officiating standards across the WNBA. Players face constant physical pressure throughout the season, and when technical fouls are issued for routine contact, they can disrupt the flow of games and frustrate fans. Technical fouls also carry serious consequences, with an 8th technical bringing a $1,500 fine and an automatic 1-game suspension. Because the threshold is so strict, every technical can become a major issue for teams fighting to maintain playoff positioning and roster stability. The speed of the appeal showed how seriously the league treated the situation and highlighted the need for accountability on both sides. Players must meet high standards of conduct and sportsmanship, but officials must also be held to high standards of accuracy, objectivity, and awareness. As the Indiana Fever turn their attention toward New York, Clark remains close to the technical foul limit and will need to stay composed throughout the rest of the season. Opposing teams know this and may continue testing the limits of physical play or trying to provoke reactions. Still, the Fever's resilience throughout the controversy shows they can rise above the noise and focus on their performance. With the support of their fans and the league's quick correction, the focus can finally return to what matters most: elite execution, spectacular assists, deep three-pointers, and high-level basketball.